What's up, YouTube? Thanks for checking out my channel, guys. This is Mark, and this is the Mark and Rozzy Philippines Life. I'm actually sitting on the back steps here at the house, and I'm just going to do a casual video for you guys because I want to talk about one of the things that really attracted me to the Philippines. Uh, and I'm going to be honest, it is so refreshing. The thing that attracted me is just so refreshing. And I think one of the reasons why so many people migrate to the Philippines is because of the stress relief. And what I'm talking about is here in America, I can't speak for France or I can't speak for England or anything like that. But here in America, nobody smiles. It's very rare. Here in America, when you smile, they think you're up to something. Or if you smile, they get offended. Or if you smile, they're like, okay, that guy's a little bit loony, right? Or that woman's a little bit loony. Or he's coming on to me, or she's coming on to me. Or why are you smiling so much? What's up? What's the problem? What's your problem, right? And if there's any Filipinos on here from the Philippines listening to this, you probably can't even relate because your country, guys, your country, it should be named the country of smiles. Because you can go to the market, you can walk down the street, on the trike, on the jeepney, on the bus, and when you make eye contact with people there, they're going to smile. Very, very rarely do you make eye contact, and at the least, they're going to do that thing with their eyebrows. They're going to go like that, right? And they'll smile. They'll do the eyebrows up and smile, or up and smile. And it's just so refreshing to see happy people. And if you're somebody like me that likes to keep my stress level down, that likes to talk to people, that like to conversate, learn more about other people, a smile, a genuine smile is so refreshing. And it just tripped me out when I went to the Philippines and everybody smiled. Even the people that were working and had what we might call high stress jobs would always smile. And so, a lot of my friends and family, they just don't get it. They think I'm going to the Philippines to chase women. They think I'm going, you know what I'm saying? I mean, because they've never met my girl Rozzy. Many of them don't know that me and Rozzy have been talking long distance, LDR, boyfriend, girlfriend, for over 2 years, about 2.5 years. And I'm finally going to be going over there in March. And the Westerners here just don't get it. They think it's all about the women if the men go over there. But it's more than that. It is a huge stress relief where we can be ourselves. I'm going to tell you something. If you're a man that's 50 years old, I should say 40, but I'm going to say 50. If you're a man that's 50 years old, here in the United States, you're 50, you're 60, you're 70, and you're single, trust me, unless you're a retired professional athlete or somebody that people know that they kind of rank up here, you are absolutely invisible. Unless you're a famous person, a wealthy person, if you're the average John and Joe like I am, you're invisible. If you're single, you're invisible. Because you won't have the look, the bank account that women your age or maybe 10 years younger are going to be attracted to. And I hate to say it, but it's all about the money. Because women want security. Women want that security. Women want to know that you can provide and protect. And why do I bring that up? Because if you're invisible, your self-esteem goes down. As a man, I'm speaking as a man. Your self-esteem goes down. I went to Walmart the other day. And, I'm dressed pretty neatly. I try to keep myself clean shaven. I like to think that I'm not that ugly, right? And I walk with a posture. I walk with confidence and so forth. And there was several other women in Walmart. And this is multiple times this has happened. And it's like nobody, and I'm not saying that they should see me. I'm not saying they should be coming on to me, or women should be hanging all over me, drooling. No. But I'm just saying that the attractive women and the not so attractive women, the women that are 10 to 8 and the women that are 7 to 5, nobody looked at me, nobody smiled at me. And I'm not complaining, guys. I'm just saying that I knew when I walked in there that I'm invisible. Even if I wanted to be with a woman, even if I desired to have a relationship here in the West, I got to work my butt off to find the right woman with the attractiveness that I would want here in the US. I'd have to work my butt off. Or have some documentation that my bank account is 7 figures or more. Have a documentation that I'm some type of famous person that every other woman wants. Other than that, you're invisible. And that invisibility is most men in America that's age 50 on up. But now you take that same average looking guy, or even slightly below looking guy that takes care of yourself, that tries to have confidence when you go out, and you're a good person, and you're a provider, and you're a protector, but you're invisible in the West, and you go to the Philippines. And I'm just gonna speak Philippines because I've never been to Taiwan or Thailand or anything like that. I'm just gonna speak Philippines. And you go to the Philippines, and especially if you go to a province area where they're not used to seeing foreigners, whether you're white or black or any other ethnicity, you're gonna be noticed. You're gonna be noticed. Everybody. And when I say everybody, everybody's going to smile at you. Now, you can't go over there being an asshole or a butthole or anything like that. That's not going to, that, of course, right? You're going to not be wanted, okay? But go over there and just be part of the community. Sing karaoke, laugh, make some jokes, dance, say hello to everybody. Hello. Learn how to say hello in Tagalog, which is the Philippine language. Learn how to say, Mayang Buntag. Or learn how to say Magandang Umaga, right? Learn how to say, which is good morning, in the 2 different dialects. And they're gonna love you. The fact that you're even attempting to learn their language, but it's gonna be smiles. And that's what this YouTube video is about. The smiles across the country. And I don't mean just fake smiles, guys. I mean warm-hearted smiles. And that's why these men, Western men, go crazy over the women there in the Philippines, because there's so many beautiful women there and they all smile at you. Here in the West, if there was a beautiful woman and she smiles at you and gives you the attention that the Filipino women give you, you go crazy. But that's not the case. Here in the States and in the West, if you're 50 or above, and a man, you're invisible. They don't want you. Unless you're some kind of former superstar, current superstar, actor, or documented income of 7 figures or more. But in the Philippines, it's not like that, guys. The smiles, they warm your heart. From the men and the women there, it's like you're appreciated, that you're not invisible. They're happy to have you there as a guest. They invite you to have a beer with them. They invite you to sing karaoke with them. And everybody in the family and the community are always smiling. You can go to an event where there's 50 to 100,000 people at some type of festival. And guess what? They're smiling. No fights, no stabbings, no shootings. None of that crap goes on over there. They just smile. They embrace you. And that's one of the reasons. Yes, Rozzy is the main reason. Now, right, Rozzy? But that's one of the reasons that I'm so attracted to the Philippines. And I know for a fact, from the smiles, from the country, from the beautiful scenery, to the loving people, that I will live much longer there than I could ever hope to live here in the U.S. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking the U.S. I was born here, and I love the United States. But I want to live a longer, healthier life. And I know for a fact that that can be achieved in the great country of the Philippines. Smile, guys. Smile. It makes a big difference. Thanks for watching my channel. Please like, subscribe, and share with other people. Take care, guys.